Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, and I'm doing a scrap lift that will be fairly close to the original. I found this when I went looking for my inspiration for this month. This was the first layout that came up, and I have this piece of paper in my Scrap Backwards kit, and I was looking for some inspiration for it because I did the class page with Vicki Boutin, and I didn't want to just do a repeat of that page, and frankly I was actually kind of lost in figuring out what to do. So I love this. I like the clouds, and I've cut some out. I don't have that particular sunshine, but I have another from a previous collection, I think Sweet Rush. And I might vary this a little bit. I was looking for an airplane to overlay on top of this one, which is what we did in the class, but I don't have any of those, the appropriate size or shape stickers or whatever. So I'm just going to kind of take off. I've got a pile of supplies over here, including some flare. I've got this title. I like the In the Clouds to maybe go somewhere up there, but I'm not sure. I don't know, because actually one of the photos I have is taking off on the airplane. When we took Katie to New York City in 2009 when she was 7, she'd always wanted to go to New York and Paris. So we took her to New York when she was 7 and Paris when she was 13. So I like this photo because it kind of shows Times Square in the background, and it's got a city scene. And this one is in the plane, and I suppose I could arrange them like so. I think what I'm going to do is back this one. This is not Vicki Boutin paper, but it is the right color. I'm going to back this one. She has she has this one matted in pink paper, and this one looks like has a blue strip under it. It doesn't look fully matted. But I'm going to differentiate between the two photos. By matting this one, it kind of makes it the main one. I don't think I got that straight. Something's not straight. Okay. So I'll kind of put them side by side, maybe doing I can do that one kind of up close to it like that, but it can be up a little bit higher. Okay, we'll see as we go along, and I probably won't use all this stuff, but who knows. Once I get started putting things on, it's sometimes hard for me to stop. Okay, so to start everything out, I'm going to kind of group my embellishments on this gold paper. This is from some P13 packaging, I think. I don't see P13. And the text, there's text on it, but it's upside down. But I want this this part to be Or do I want it that way? I think I want it this way. So what I'm going to do is, all of that is to tell you that I don't know exactly where this is going to go because I have to build the cluster to the left of it. So I'm going to put adhesive on the ends and leave the middle open so I can insert that when it gets to be the time. When it gets to be time. This strip right here is the branding strip from the piece of paper that I'm using. And she used it in hers, and I just love it. Oh, I've got some sequins on my... I've got a little unwanted texture there. Let me put these. These are patina finish, and I don't think they're available anymore. And I used them yesterday. I don't want to lose even 2 of them because they are a precious commodity. Okay, so having done that, I'm just going to put this in here, and it can slide right or left as I need. Okay. Now, this is the one I want on the left, and then that one can go slightly down from it. And I'm okay with that. I'm just going to make it, hers goes all the way up to the edge, but I don't think I want mine all the way up to the edge. Let me, I have some things I might want to put there. There. And then this one, I'm not going to put any foam or anything on it. So there is that. And do I want this right up here? Let's look at what I'm going to layer there. I like this and this. You know what? I'm going to put this right here and then layer the round things on top of that. Let's see, these clouds and the sun go up here. I have this that says simple pleasures, but it's not so simple. The pleasures aren't so simple when you're talking about a trip to New York City. So the colors I love, and I could hide the sentiments. Kind of do something like so. I like that because from nothing to do with Vicki Boutin, my title is going to be Welcome to the Jungle. And it's kind of in deference to the fact that she was 7. So okay, there's that. Then I have, oops, a cloud to go up there. I have a flower. I've cut a few flowers from the collection. do I maybe want that right there? I'm gonna kind of turn it so that those leaves don't go off the page. I'm going to, well, let's arrange these. I like this and this kind of layered that way. So I'm going to go ahead and put them down. And these papery pieces are so small, or so thin, that I've backed them with white foam instead of some of my more brilliantly colored ones. And I learned that from Laura Sormani, otherwise known as City Scrapper. Okay, so I'm going to go here and here for this one. This one needs some extra foam because I'm overlapping. I like the tickets and, you know, kind of collectible ephemera, if you will, that's in the papery packs. I think they're useful on almost every kind of layout. I'm going to do something silly since I couldn't find an airplane to put on top of this. The ride to New York was fairly, and back, fairly uneventful. And she was not scared at all. But when we took her to Europe, the ride there was fine, but coming back there was some bumpiness that kind of scared her. And just kind of as a kind of talking about that when I do this, when I say a wild ride. Get that on so it kind of looks like what you might see on the top of the plane. I'm gonna, well, first of all, I'm gonna put this right here. And I'm going to put that, and I know hibiscus have absolutely nothing to do with New York City, although I'm sure there were some potted ones around when we were there in July. But the color goes nicely with this gold. It kind of brings that into the composition. And I thought I'd put this down under here. And then my title can go like that. And it brings in a lot of the colors that are in this multicolor floral. This is a Simple Stories collection that's in my, or the sticker sheet is in my Scrap Backwards kit. Okay, there. And then this can go here. I want to use one or more of these coffee rings. Around, but I'm not sure whether to use this pink one or where to use it, or to use the black, or whether I need any of them at all. I've also got a couple of pieces here that I thought I would layer just underneath that photo. And I think they're stickers, so I have to peel the backing off. And I'm just going to put it here, and then I'll put this one up under there, and I'm not sure how yet. What I may do is just put a bead of glue and tuck it under like so. Except I want it over on this side. And all right, there. And then I may use the black one of these over here. I'm gonna kind of lift this up. And then I'm gonna snip it off. There. And there. And let's see if that works. I can tuck that under here, and then we're good. I'm gonna lay this aside, and I'm gonna quickly kind of train that down. And this piece I can probably use over here. I like the added black. I can use it there and then put a piece of flare. I'm not liking the flare there. How about a butterfly? Because it's that gold color there that I'm wanting to use, wanting to repeat. So I'll come up here to cover the end of that. Now, let's put the title on, and I need to place it properly. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna put it on with liquid glue. If I do it this way, the airplane strip shows through. And I have a few of these guys. And I have this one, which goes back to, I think, Fernwood. Before I do these things, let's do the clouds. Let's arrange these clouds. I've got one with a squared off end right here, so I'm going to put this one flat and have it on the edge, like so, and then we'll layer all the clouds around it. I have this one, which is the larger one. I want to create a space like she has where the sun is peeking through and overlapping one of the other clouds. So I may have it let's say peeking over there and overlapping this. Okay, so now I'm just going to put the glue on. What I've done, it just had these lines coming off of the sun, so I cut down and kind of made them fringy. So it curls up. And then I'm going to do this small one. I don't have as many clouds as she had. I'll do this one kind of hanging over there. All right. What else does this need? I do want to use, I can certainly use that for journaling. I do want to use a flare somewhere. I kind of like this one here, kind of propping up the flowers. You know what I think is the adhesive I used in there is too thick, and it's lifting up the flare too much. Sometimes when I want to overlap flare with something, I want thick adhesive, but not in this case. So that may be what I didn't like about it over here. I love how that vellum shows through. And I want my postcard a little bit angled so that you can read out here making memories. And at that angle, well, okay, let me put this under here. I'm going to take this more orangey one, remove the thick adhesive. And I think I'm going to put it over here. And then I've got this one. That I want to use somewhere over in here. And I think the place that needs this color is right here. And what I'm going to do is pop it there and maybe combine it with, let's combine it with these. No, that's too close to the same size. Let's do this one. And then I'm gonna add the gold one where? That's my question. Maybe here? And maybe I want, there is some space there that could be decorative. If I did that and this, let's try it. I'm going to cut it before putting it down. And I'm going to put it there. And then layer this guy here. And the green one maybe, I'll have all of those there, or I could do a green one. You know what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take that end and I'm going to put it on here, or snip it off a little bit. Because the green is up on foam and I want it over that. And of course, when you fold it up to make that work, so do I want this one here just to kind of repeat that element, or maybe down here? I like it down here. Just to kind of have the elements in 3 places. This needs a little bit of foam. Where am I going to use this now? Does this one want to go anywhere? Maybe it should go off the page here. Let's do that. And I will snip this off. I could probably just fold it back, but on the off chance that it might not stick. Okay. Now, what was I going to do with this? I was going to put some foam on it. And I may actually find a place. You know, when I bring something out, I'm going to try to put it on whether it makes sense or not. And I don't necessarily like that about myself, because sometimes it really doesn't go. But in this case, it's got all the right colors, and I kind of like that there. It almost just looks like part of the scenery. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. And I guess that's glued down, and I'll do a little bit of journaling there. And I've got my sky scene. It just kind of looks like a Katie version of this. I have used all of those pieces of ephemera, I think. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with in the clouds, but where am I going to put it? I'm thinking maybe I could put it down here on top of that. Let me get it peeled up and see. I think it's not like a cardstock sticker, so that the frame around the black letters, the white frame that shows, isn't gonna show. I think you'll see the background through it. So I could do that. And that would kind of make some sense, and it would leave that kind of clean looking. Or I could do this, which is kind of a literal interpretation of what you're seeing around you. I'm tempted to do this because that's not a very interesting part of the photo. I'm not happy with that, so I hope it'll come up. It's over a dark background like that, the white does show up. And I should have known that. Very carefully. It left a little bit of smirch on there, but so can I do it down here? Like here-ish? And I think wherever it lands here is where it's staying. So that's gonna stay. I think I can get that off. And if I can't, I'll reprint that picture and put it back on, because it's just a tiny bit sticky. Oh, you know what? It's rubbing off with my thumb, so that's fine. I will do that off camera. Right now, I think I'm going to call this done. And I hope you'll check out everybody else who's playing along with bringing their Pinterest pins to life. And I want to thank Michelle Chavez Montera for uploading this. I don't know if it's her work or not. I couldn't tell from the pin, but I love hers. I wish I had that titled that A Little Getaway Adventure, because that's kind of what this was. And the fact that she put the little heart and the airplane behind it was so cute. So I'm gonna make one little change. I'm going to bring this up and have it overlap the photo instead of the other way around. And then I'll add the journaling after I turn the camera off. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.